The fresh crisis brewing in the public university system in Nigeria regarding payment of half salary to lecturers for October. The Southwest Zone of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has kicked against the half salary paid to members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, by the federal government. In a statement, NANS said payment of half salary to the lecturers will dampen their morale, which in turn affects the students. Biko, how true is this?
Yeah, one thing that is significant is the fact that throughout the strike, NANS stood by their lecturers. In fact, at some point, the NANS leadership insisted that the lecturers should not call off the strike unless they got firm guarantees that their demands will be met. So it's significant that despite the fact that students have lost a year in the real sense of the word, they realize that it's not all the demands that ASUU made that had to do with ASUU. For example, the demand for the freshening up of infrastructure in the federal and state universities is, in my view, most beneficial to the students, because we've seen pictures of students receiving lectures while hanging on windows and all that, windows without window panes. You know, some of them were sitting on the bare floor. So if ASUU is asking for universities to be properly funded and for infrastructure to be freshened up, it's not, that kind of demand is not ASUU specific, it's for the entire university system. And I think that as young as they are, these students realize that their lecturers were fighting for everybody, not just themselves alone, you know. And when they demanded that the proliferation of state universities should stop, you can't say that that is just simply beneficial to ASUU alone, because that in itself has a way of bringing down the quality and content of tertiary education in our country. States are setting up universities that they can't fund and banking on TED fund to make some of the funding available. Setting up universities should not be like a constituency project whereby every National Assembly member wants a university cited in his constituency so that he can hold that one up as a major achievement. But how about the funding of those universities? The more universities we have, the more difficult to fund they become. Some of the problems that we now have today were not there when we didn't have this many universities. It's not how many those universities are that matter. It is the quality of instruction. It is the quality, the quantum of funding available to them that is most important, in my view.
All right, Paul. ASUU was accused to the federal government of an attempt to turn them into casual workers. Is this the case with this pro rata payment?
Yes, I agree with ASUU on this issue. Because if you look at other unions that have gone on strike before, within a year of this kind of thing, pro rata payments, they were paid. So why is it that ASUU is being paid this way? It looks like it's a kind of grudge. You know, that's the way it's looking. That's a kind of grudge from the part of the federal government. But we don't need all of that now. As this student said, if you are not encouraging the lecturers, and then it's about their morale, they may not give their best. already, of course, I know that we have a case is still in court. The no work, no pay case is still in court. But I just hope they have to find a way of resolving all these issues. You know, we don't want to hear of another strike. And even if they don't go on another strike, what about the quality of teaching they will be given under the circumstances? I just hope that FG will see wisdom and find a way around it.
All right, then, Bikio, what will it take the Ministry of Education to write to the Ministry of Finance or any agency concerned for the salary of these lecturers to be restored?
I don't even think this is. I don't think we could blame this on the Ministry of Education, because I know that the Minister of Education from the beginning wanted the salaries of these teachers paid. It was the president that kicked against it. So Adamu, you may accuse him of not handling this matter well as the employer of those striking lecturers. But he indeed wanted their salaries paid, because that is always the tradition. Even under a military rule, the sort of thing that some people have introduced now was not the case. I mean, this is not the sort of misunderstanding that you emerge out of it, you know, making your chest wider than it is and flexing muscles and behaving like a Greek god. No, this is a national issue. We want industrial harmony in our universities. We want the quality of instruction in our universities to improve. We want the quality of infrastructure in our universities to improve. We want the proliferation of state universities to stop. Some of them can't even pay salaries of their workers. The other day, one of those state universities was owing medical staff of a state university some months of unpaid salary. So if you fail to pay doctors, medical doctors, are you not endangering the lives of patients? I mean, so those who are saying these states should stop this idea of simply setting up universities all over the place, I think they are right. And as I suggested before, there ought to be a moratorium. If a state insists that it must set up a state university, let there be a moratorium whereby you don't get any form of funding until after 6 years. Let the state singularly fund that university on its own before running to TED fund. You go to some of those state universities, you see that it's largely TED fund buildings that are there. So where did you get the cheek to set up a university when even to put structures in place there, you can't do it? That's the most basic of all. You can't even do that. So it's just TED fund buildings that are there. And TED fund itself, Nigerians need to know that TED fund itself is a product of ASUU strike. ASUU went on strike, demanded for TED fund. Today, even state universities are benefiting from TED fund. So is it a surprise to anyone that some state universities were firmly in support of this strike? They remained in solidarity with their colleagues, the federal universities, right up to the end, because they know that some benefits have come to them through previous ASUU strikes.
Right. Thank you very much, Bikio. Let's quickly take our first caller for the day. Kolawole from Lagos. Hello, Kolawole.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the good work that you do on CBC. We almost thank you as a nation. I am, however, a bit disturbed your approach to the ASUU. The federal government has been irresponsible, no doubt about it, in terms of managing education, particularly tertiary education. But ASUU going on 8-month strike and expecting to be paid.
All right. Thank you very much, Kolawole.